You ever basically beg a woman to lose respect for you? Bruh, I was sitting across from her trying to connect, pouring my heart out like it was some therapy session I didn't pay for, childhood trauma, my fears, future plans, even told her I cry during sad dog movies. She smiled, laughed, even touched my arm and said, "Wow, you're so emotionally available." I thought I was winning. 2 days later, she ghosted my ass like I owed her rent.
Damn!
See, I wasn't weak. I was just comfortable way too soon with someone who hadn't earned the right to hear my story. That's when it hit me. Your mouth can ruin your life way faster than your actions ever will.
Come on now, dog.
Guys are out here oversharing like a Hallmark card on Valentine's Day, telling everything about themselves in one sitting, thinking it's deep connection. But low-key, you're just building a case against yourself.
Okay.
So if you're the kind of man who spills his soul like a broken faucet, I'm here to show you how to fix that leak before you drown your own masculinity. Let's dive in. 1. Never lead with your wallet. If you flash your money early on, congrats. You've become a walking ATM. Never let a woman know the exact number in your bank account. If she asks you, say, "Baby, I'm doing all right." Don't think flashing makes you look successful. It doesn't. It makes you look like you're hiding behind cash because you lack substance. Look at Will Smith. Rich, famous, legendary. Still got turned into a meme by a woman who couldn't care less. Why? Because money doesn't buy respect, especially not from someone who sees it as your only value.
Okay.
Want to know what happens when you lead with your wallet? She acts sweet, plays nice, lets you spend, then goes and smashes the broke guy who gave her butterflies. Betas pay, alphas play on her. And it doesn't stop at money. If you lead with anything external, cars, clothes, your follower count, she'll use it, enjoy it, and dump you when it stops entertaining her.
Damn!
Which brings us to the next trap. 2. Don't sell her an incentive to act right. Real talk. If you ever told a woman, "If you treat me right, I'll take care of you," she's already laughing about it in a group chat. Stop giving women incentives to act right. Stop being a human job application offering benefits. That's not attraction, that's negotiation. And guess what? Women don't negotiate with men they respect. They just act right. See, a solid man doesn't say, "I'll do this for you if..." He just does what he does, and the right woman shows up. But when you tell her everything she might get, she'll act sweet just long enough to cash in. You're basically building a loyalty program for someone who has no loyalty. You know what women respect more than promises? Mystery, which leads us straight into the next dumb move men make.
Okay.
3. Never tell a woman how good you are with women. Imagine this. You walk up to a girl and say, "I get a lot of women, just so you know." Bro, you just told her you're desperate for validation. Let me give you a cheat code. A lion doesn't roar about being king. He just walks and everything else moves out of the way. Same with women. You don't tell her you're that guy. You let her feel it. When you go to the gym, get your grooming tight, build your presence, and move with discipline, she'll start to wonder, who's chasing this man? That's when the magic happens. She assumes you're wanted, and her imagination makes you more valuable than your words ever could.
Okay.
Never say it. Let her think it. Because once you say it, it becomes bragging. But when she feels it, it becomes reality. And while we're at it, stop bragging about what's below the belt. 4. Don't be all about your junk size. Fellas, please, stop telling women how well-equipped you are. That's not sexy. That's cringe. You really think she's gonna sleep with you because you told her your size?
Bruh.
No. She'll sleep with you because she already likes you, not because you gave her the measuring tape. Size only matters to women who already care. If she doesn't care about you, your size is just irrelevant math. It's like flexing a Bugatti to someone who doesn't even have a license. You're giving away the show to someone who's not in the audience. Want to win? Be mysterious. Let her find out on her own, because when she discovers it herself, it's exciting. But if you tell her, she's already bored. Now, speaking of things that turn women off faster than a cold shower, 5. Never pillow talk or gossip. Let me tell you about the time I got too comfy. I was lying in bed with a girl, feeling real cozy, and I started venting about my boys. You know, Marcus never pays his share when we go out. And John? Bro stays simping on IG stories. I thought I was bonding. She giggled. She listened. She even rubbed my back. I thought, wow, she really gets me. A week later, she ghosted. Told her friend, he talks more than I do. Like I swear he's one of the girls.
Damn!
Fellas, never mistake attention for admiration. Women love gossip, but they don't respect the men who provide it.
Okay.
If you're laying in bed running your mouth about everybody else's life, she's not thinking, wow, he's honest. She's thinking, if he talks like this about them, what's he saying about me? You're supposed to be the mountain, solid, quiet, immovable. Not the weatherman updating her on everyone's emotional temperature. Hold your tongue, let her talk. You stay silent and powerful.
Okay.
Which leads perfectly into one of the most misunderstood rules of relationships. 6. Never say I love you first. I know what you're thinking. What? Isn't that what all women want to hear? Yeah, maybe in fairy tales. But here's the reality. You ever notice how powerful mystery is?
Huh?
When she's wondering where she stands with you, she's engaged, curious, invested. But the moment you say, I love you, too early or too often, you've thrown the game away. Now she knows she's already won you, and she hasn't even broken a sweat. Look, I'm not saying you should never express feelings. I'm saying don't hand them over like a flyer on the street. Let her earn it. Do the romantic things, give her memories, but keep the words in your chest until her actions prove she deserves them. Because a man who drops I love you every week is just performing. And real love doesn't perform, it builds. And speaking of things you should never hand over for free. 7. Never tell her your next major move.
Okay.
Stop narrating your entire life like a YouTube vlog. She doesn't need to know your business plans, your crypto strategy, or that you're planning to hit the gym next week. Just do it. When you tell her, I'm thinking of quitting my job and starting a business, and then nothing happens for 6 months, you just lost respect points. You became the talker. And women don't fall in love with talkers. They fall for doers. Let your results speak. Let her be surprised when you move, when she asks, wait, when did you start that? That's when you know you're winning. The more you explain, the less she values, because mystery breeds respect. Silence builds tension. And results, they shut everybody up.
Okay.
Which brings us to the most backward but painfully true final rule. 8. Never tell her your deep insecurities. Yes, I know. But vulnerability is beautiful. Sure, it is. With your therapist, with your bros, not with a woman you're still figuring out. You tell her about your daddy issues, your deepest fears, your anxiety, and it might feel good in the moment. But fast forward to your first real argument, and boom, she's using your own pain as ammo. That's why nobody respects you, she'll shout. Even your dad left. Now you're standing there shocked, broken, and embarrassed. Because the moment got too real, and she used what you gave her against you. Understand this. Emotional safety is earned. If she's not proven to protect what's inside you, don't hand it over, because some women are FBI agents for real. They have Oscars at collecting men's weaknesses and using them against them. So here's the truth, my guy. You think you're being real. You think you're being honest. You think you're connecting. But what you're really doing is bleeding in front of someone who's not qualified to stitch you up. Being a man isn't about silence. It's about wisdom, knowing what to say, when to say it, and more importantly, when to shut the hell up. Because the more you expose, the less they chase. And the more you protect, the more they respect. Let her earn every layer of you. Solid men lead with mystery, self-mastery, confidence, and stoicism. So keep your money low-key, your moves private, your strengths humble, your weaknesses guarded, and your big-ass mouth shut. Now drop a fire emoji in the comments if this video was for you. Until next time, take it easy.